Good morning. It's very early, 7 in the morning. I feel like crap. I think I might be getting strep throat. I have like that weird pain. It's not like sore throat pain, but it's like swollen pain. I don't know, normally I could just tell. So I think I might be getting something. I'm not sure, but I'm sucking on one of these. You know what I find strange? It doesn't have like calories on it. Oh, yes it does. Very teeny, tiny. 10 calories per drop. So I gotta look it up. Points for it. Let me do that real quick. 1 point per drop. And I checked like having a second one and it said 2 points. So they really are 1 point per. That stinks. Especially because like when I'm sick like this, I'll just keep eating them because I can't stand it when my throat hurts. But I'm not having breakfast and honestly don't even feel like drinking my shake right now. So I was gonna go back to bed, but I have not taken a daytime nap since early or late 2021, maybe early 2022. I've not taken a daytime nap since before our last move. It's so strange, but like I used to take them all the time. That's why I know, because I used to be that person that would work late at night and then I would sleep or I would work until it was time to take my son to school. And then I would sleep while he was at school. And then I'd wake up and go pick him up and start the day all over again. At that time, that was a terrible habit to have. And that definitely contributed to my weight gain at the time. This is when I was like at my heaviest. I felt like I couldn't get any work done unless it was at nighttime because I have such concentration issues. It was in my head. And I would just snack because no one else was up. So I wasn't cooking like meals and stuff. So I would just eat tasty cakes and chips and random microwavable things. Hot Pockets. Like that was my life. So of course I gained weight because I was not only eating terrible things, but I was also just eating too much of it. And then literally not moving my body. I would sit at the desk I always made them dinner. So that was basically my breakfast is what I made for dinner. And God, thinking back on this, it's so unhealthy. So they would eat dinner around 6 or 7. And then from then I was in my office until 7 o'clock in the morning to take my son to school. And I would leave to go to the bathroom because my office was in the garage. My husband had built an extension onto the garage for me to have an office. But I would come into the house to go to the bathroom, get drinks, and get snacks and stuff. I even had like a mini fridge in my office, so sometimes I didn't even have to leave. But I would be sitting there for 12 hours, and then I would go to sleep from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Yeah, that was just, strange thing to be thinking about this morning. I have not taken a daytime nap since those days. So pretty sure late 2021. I mean, I might have taken one early 2022, like when I was sick or something, but I actually don't remember. I know for sure I have not taken a daytime nap here while we lived here or while we lived in the last house. And we lived in the last house for about 6 months. I never took a daytime nap there. So today might be my first day doing that. I don't know. We'll have to see. I put on a pound today, so that was pretty frustrating. Your weight is going to go up and down, so I'm not that, like, I'm upset, but I also know better than to be, like, too upset. I think it's just because I ate pretty late last night and then woke up pretty early this morning, and so I'm probably a little bit bloated. I also didn't go for a walk yesterday or the day before. I did go for a walk over the weekend. It was so pretty. Let me share some of that footage with you guys. That is like my favorite place to walk around here. There's so many pretty places to walk, but that is one of my favorites. But we're just gonna wing it today. I don't really know what I'm gonna get up to. I'm definitely going to try to make myself eat. I think I might do some exercises at home. It's raining, so I'm not even gonna get a walk in today. I do have the treadmill, so I could walk at home. I might do that. But I definitely think I'm going to pull out my hand weights and do some exercises from the TV because I didn't do anything yesterday, and I just feel kind of bleh, and it's just contributing to me being sick today and like the overall feeling of not good. So yeah, I'll let you guys know when I do eat for the first time today and when I do my exercises. Hey there, I've been kind of, oh wow, look at my hair. I had someone comment on the last video that I should comb my hair. I probably should. But when you wake up, you just don't want to. Plus my hair gets like tangled pretty easily when I'm just kind of lounging around. Anyway, I'm feeling kind of like pathetic. I cannot work. I've tried. I'm just not feeling up to it. But also like, I don't want to sit around. It's a weird feeling. Like I feel like I need to do something, but I don't know what to do. So I'm going to clean because at least having a clean space will help me feel a little better. So it's not too bad, but I'll show you what I'm working with. This is the living room right now. Nothing too crazy. I really have to clean this table. Like it's just, you can see the dirt on it. Straighten up the couch, shake all the dog hair off, get some dishes done, wipe the counters off, clean the table off. And then I really just want to vacuum. That's like the major thing. I've got like dog hair everywhere. This camera's not really showing it, but it is pretty gross in here. You just can't really see it. I have like the worst lighting. It's like impossible to show stuff in this house. It's like so dark and gloomy. Let me open up a window. See, just a little bit of light makes me feel a little better. I'm gonna get to cleaning, and then I'm gonna try to eat something. I'm thinking I want like some comfort food, so I might make like a pizza with my 2-ingredient dough. So I think that's what we're gonna do. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, we are all clean for the most part. This is what we got going on now. I mean, it really wasn't that bad to begin with. I did put some lavender essential oils. I got this Young Living oil diffuser at a thrift store for 10 bucks. It was still in the box. But it's clean, so I got that going with lavender. And then I also have this frankincense going. My husband would be appalled because not only do I have those two totally opposite ends of the spectrum, but in the kitchen I've got the rest of this candle burning. Oh, and I also had started to light this candle, but it's almost out because that's almost done too, and I just want to replace the candles. And then I sprayed this in the living room. Oh, here's the kitchen. And here's the dining room. And in the dining room, I sprayed this one. He would not be able to handle all these scents. Me, I like a lot of different smells because I'm strange like that. But while I was cleaning, a couple of things happened. I remembered one, that I needed to start the pork in the crock pot for my husband and my son's dinner tonight. They requested poutine, and I do it with pork ribs. So I gotta get that in the crock pot. I started to feel dizzy, and I realized well, obviously I haven't eaten because I don't eat breakfast normally, but I also didn't have a protein shake today. But on top of that, I didn't even have any water. All I've had is that cough drop. So like I'm a little bit lightheaded. So I did stop to eat a banana real quick and drink some water. Now I think I'm gonna make myself a cup of coffee, and I'm gonna make hot coffee because I want that for my throat. The only thing is I don't have any creamer because I normally drink iced coffee with a protein shake. So I'm going to try to make hot coffee with a protein shake and just sweeten it with one of my syrups or something. But I don't want to use a whole protein shake because that'll just cool the coffee off too much, which is why I want to use some sweetener. Because normally the Premier Protein with espresso or coffee is fine on its own, like a whole shake when it's over ice. But if you're only using like a small portion of the shake, it's not sweet enough. Whew, I'm a little out of breath. So I am going to try some hot coffee with that, see how it turns out. And then get the crock pot going, fill up a big 40 ounce of water for myself so I can make sure I drink it today, because I'm not doing myself any favors by not drinking. Especially if I am getting something like strep. And then I need to make myself some food. So it is 11:01. It's actually kind of early for lunch today, but I think with how I'm feeling, I'm just like shaky, and so my body could really use the food. And it's gonna take about a half an hour to cook anyway. Yeah, so I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna warm up some of this cake batter delight because I do want to use a huge chunk of it, at least half the container, to get that protein in me. But I just think with it cold, it'll cool the coffee too much. So I'm gonna warm it up in the microwave, maybe froth it a little bit, and see how that goes. I think my frother's dying. I need new batteries. Much better. Thankfully, I had some batteries. I don't know if I just cut this or not. I put a little bit of this in the foam. I'm gonna put a tiny bit of it also in the coffee. Give it a quick stir. This is very frothy. Smells good. Okay, that's good. And it felt good on my throat. Just the right temperature too. I got the pork ribs in here. This is the seasoning I used. And I just put a little water in there just for steaming purposes, just to give it a little extra juice. On high because it's already 12 o'clock. Hopefully they'll get soft enough by 5 or 6. Okay, now I gotta make myself something to eat. This is my self-rising flour. I keep it in this container because I literally use it every day, sometimes twice a day. And I am so tired of getting like the flour bag out and like the flour getting all over the counter. I'm just sick of it. So I keep it in a container now because it's just easier. Here's my measuring cup. I fluff the flour up first so I make sure that I'm getting exactly the right amount. Mainly because I'm not using a scale. So I want to make sure it's not like packed in there. 1/4 cup of that. This is the yogurt I'm using right now. I just wanted to try it. It's got quite a bit of water on top. None of the other yogurts I have really do that. This was opened not yesterday but the day before, so it's still good, but it's very watery. And I used just about a 1/4 cup, just like kind of peaked at the top a little bit. So I'm gonna dump this in there, especially because for a pizza crust, I want it to be like a little bit thinner, which I know sounds the opposite of what it should be. I know a lot of people like theirs thicker, but I like to be able to spread mine really, really thin to make it like a crunchy crust. To make it like a crunchy crust. So I like it mine kind of wet. I will say I made a roll last night out of this to go with my dinner. I had salmon and broccoli and a sweet potato. And I made a roll with it, and I made the dough very wet. I used quite a bit more Greek yogurt, and it was so good. Like I said, I'm obsessed with 2-ingredient dough right now. I'm just mixing it, like, kind of getting it all incorporated. Like I said, it depends on the yogurt you're using. This is why I experiment with different brands, because some of them are more liquidy than others, and so like I feel like the ratio is going to be different no matter what you're using. I feel like a lot of people use the exact 1/4, 1/4, or 1/4 flour, 1/4 Greek yogurt when they're using faje. I feel like, I don't even know that's how you say it, but I feel like if you're using a different brand, like it's gonna be different. At least it is for me. It's never the same for me. I just kind of go off of texture. Like this is kind of what I want, where it's like a little bit sticky. So what I'm gonna do, let me show you. I don't even know what, I'm like a little bit out of it. I don't know what I just filmed. Here's the dough. Here's the paper. I feel like I'm a little bit, I should probably check to see if I have a fever. Here's the dough, here's the paper. I'm gonna put the dough on the paper. And I'm gonna spread it out with my fingers because I don't use a rolling pin or anything. And what I do is I put a little bit of oil on my fingers to be able to spread it out without it sticking too much to my fingers. And I'm gonna cook it in the oven today, because I just don't feel like getting air fryer out when I have the crock pot out. So not my best work, but I just don't have the energy today. It's really thin, as you can see, but keep in mind, it's gonna rise a little bit in the oven. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the oven at 375. I'll let you know how long it bakes, because I just watch and I never pay attention, so this time I'll time. And then we'll get the toppings on it and cook it again. All right, it's been in the oven for about 6 minutes. It looks like this. I'm gonna show you the bottom. It's really hot, but you see how it's like super crispy on the bottom? It's not so much on the top. So I'm gonna flip it and cook it for a few more minutes before I put the toppings on. It just peeled right off of this. It was so easy. Like, I don't have to spray this paper or anything. It's just nice and crispy. So I'm gonna pop this in for a few more minutes and get the toppings ready. All right, I only cooked it for like 2 minutes because I just want to get it like a tiny bit crispy. So you can kind of see it's has a little bit of color. Because I'm gonna put the toppings on and stuff, and then it's gonna get even crispier when I put it back in the oven. So just a few more minutes, but I'm gonna show you what I have for the toppings. See, it's just like, it just started to get a little bit of color. So I'm gonna flip it back over, put the toppings on this side. The bottom will get crispier as it cooks. 1/4 cup of this pizza sauce is 1 point. If you're on calorie deficit, it is 35 calories. So I'm just gonna dump it, grab a spoon and kind of push it around. 1/4 cup is a lot of sauce, but I really like a lot of sauce, so that works for me. But if you don't like as much, you might want to just put on a little bit at a time and see how much you actually want on there. The cheese I'm using is the fat-free cheddar. If you scan it, it says 1 point for a 1/4 cup, but you can actually have up to a 1/2 cup for 1 point. What I do is I put it in a strainer and then I rinse it with cold water, just like a light rinse. Let it drain. This is going to help it melt so nicely when you get it like a little bit wet. Then I just sprinkle it on top. If you have this cheese, or if you've had it in the past and you don't like the texture, when you're putting it on hot things, like I'm telling you, rinse it, because it makes such a huge difference. I've got some onions here for 0 points because I freaking love onions, but also they're really good for the immune system, which I could use the boost today. Probably too much, but I really like onions, so I don't mind. And then I also have, these are the best turkey pepperonis on the planet. They are like regular pepperonis. Let me show you. Like the look of them, the thickness, the greasiness, like these are like real pepperonis to me. And they are 2 points for 12. I think it's actually up to 17. Don't quote me. But if you scan it, it says 12 pepperonis for 2 points, but I think you can get up to 17 before it jumps up to more points. Yeah. So there we go. I'm gonna pop this in the oven for just a couple of minutes and I'll show you the end results. Just got my water filled up, 40 ounces. This is my Aldi cup. I got it for $9.99 and just have a mushroom sticker that's coming off on it. This is the flavor packet. We have a lot of the Skittles ones. I actually have an entire drawer. But most of them we've had for a while. Sometimes I'll have plain water, but a lot of times I'll have flavored. And I really like the Skittle ones. They're not the best for you, okay? I do. But this is how I get my water in, and I could have a lot worse things. I'm not drinking soda. I'm not drinking juice. I'm not drinking sugary coffees. Like Dunkin' Donuts, do you know how much sugar is in their coffee? Iced coffee. I used to have that all the time. Yes, sugar-free stuff, not the best for you. I don't have a lot. I have the water packets. I have a pudding here and there. Reese cups sometimes. Like, for the most part, I eat really good, so I don't get hung up on stuff like that. I have 1 packet for 40 ounces of water, and I have that 3 times a day. A lot of times when I'm eating dinner, I have the LaCroix. I don't know how you say that. Like the sparkling waters. Me and my son both drink these. We have a fridge in a closet that's like our drink fridge because the other one's so small. Yeah, the LaCroix, 0 calories. It's basically naturally essenced, only carbonated water. So that's what I have with dinner because I do need some carbonation when I eat dinner. I don't know why. I don't necessarily need it for lunch, but I guess it's like a habit thing. And I can drink it by itself if I'm in the mood. They do not have a lot of flavor at all. It is like a hint of a flavor. My son loves them, but he likes to put like the lemonade Mio in them. And I do that sometimes too. That tastes really good. But I can drink them by themselves. It just takes some working up to, and it takes some patience and some time to get used to that type of flavor. But yeah, after I went on that little water tangent, I'm gonna check on my pizza. Here she is, all done. The crust is crispy, just how I like it. I'm gonna let it cool before I cut it. The onions are not cooked all the way through, but I like them just like this. But if you don't like them like this, what you can do is soften them like in a pan and then put them on the pizza. Pepperonis are perfect. You can also cook it longer for the cheese to kind of melt, but my crust was actually getting kind of really crispy on top, even though the bottom is like perfect. Here it is, all cut up. I do want to say that you can cook this like almost twice as fast in the air fryer. I just didn't feel like getting the air fryer out. And I had started cooking it a little bit early. It's now just after 12 o'clock, so it's like right on time for me to eat. But if you don't want it to take this long, try the air fryer. It's great, if not better, in the air fryer, but I don't mind cooking it in the oven sometimes. So yeah, that's it. It is 7 points for this whole plate of pizza. The self-rising dough is 3 points for a quarter cup. It was no points for the yogurt that I used. Pepperonis were 2 points. Cheese was a point. And the sauce was a point. 7 points for the whole pizza. Nothing for the onions. That's a really good meal, in my opinion. You can kind of experiment. I've had like I'm a pineapple pizza eater, and so I put pineapple on it. Like, I just like this pizza. I know some people use like the Joseph's flatbread or the Joseph's pitas and stuff for pizzas. You can do that if you don't want to make your own dough. I believe like the pizzas that are about this size, the pitas that are about this size are 1 point each. So you actually save points if you do it that way, and they're not bad. I just prefer the 2 ingredient dough. I think it's 2 points for half of a flatbread, Joseph's flatbread. Don't quote me on that. It's been so long since I've eaten the flatbread. Yeah, just some ideas. Everybody loves pizza. I'm going to go ahead and sit here and eat this, and then I'm going to go try to change out of my pajamas because I don't want to pick Tucker up from school in my pajamas because he's going to be like, Mom. So, yeah, I'm going to go put clothes on. Plus, I like to look halfway decent when Carl comes home from work. So, I'm feeling a little better, I think. I think having the coffee and the banana and starting to drink the water has definitely helped. I'm a little bit shaky, and I know that's from not eating. Normally, I'm okay to wait until 12 o'clock to eat, but I think just with being sick, I need the food. My body needs it, so I'm a little bit shaky. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and eat, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hello. It is 1:14, so lunch has been sitting for a little while. I take my sweater off because I'm getting hot, and I can't tell if it's because it's a warmer day out today when it's been so cold, or if maybe I have a fever. I don't know. I actually don't feel that sick anymore. The coffee really helped my throat. I don't feel dizzy or lightheaded or anything, just kind of like weird. So I'm going to try to do a workout because I know ultimately that will make me feel better, and I kind of really want to go for a walk later, so this will be a test of like to see how I'm feeling, because I can just stop this if I'm feeling weird. And when I'm on a walk, you got to walk back, so this will be kind of like a test to see how I'm feeling, particularly because my walks can be long. And I think it'd be fun to walk with Tucker or my husband today because it's like 55 degrees out right now, and I am feeling a little better. So anyway, long story short, I am going to do a workout. I have this one. What is it called? The only dumbbell workout that you need, full body. Mind Pump TV. I've never done this. I've never done anything with this person or this YouTube channel. I literally just searched dumbbell full body workouts because I like to try new stuff. And so I also have my yoga mat out. And then I have my dumbbells. These ones I just got from Five Below. They're the 8 pound. I should probably go up to 10 pounds soon. So I need to get a hold of them. But I haven't worked out with weights in like a week. So I should be okay with just the 8 pounds for now. Whew. I am still out of breath. I don't know if that's just because I'm like, the way that I'm talking, I'm trying not to put pressure on my throat, even though when I'm swallowing, it's not as bad anymore. Anyway, so I've got like 45 minutes before I have to leave. So I'm gonna do a half hour of this, and then I'm gonna take a shower and get dressed like an actual human being. And then I'm gonna go pick up Tucker. See you guys in a little bit. New plan. That one doesn't do the exercise with you, which I don't like. I don't want to have to like keep pausing to do the exercise before they move on to the next one. See, well, he was just explaining the exercises, so I picked a different one. This one's full body beginner dumbbell workout, and the channel is Grow with Joe. I've done some other videos with her before, and she's great and fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one, and she will actually do the exercise and give you like a countdown and everything. I highly, highly recommend this channel if you're gonna do stuff at home. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to doing it now. Okay, I didn't do the whole cool down because I only got about like 14 minutes to take a shower. But I just hit my exercise goal today, so that feels good. Short strength training, 32 minutes, 40 seconds. Active calories, 246. That's pretty dang good for 30 minutes. I mean, you can see the sweat in my hair. I regretted not having a ponytail as soon as we started, or like a headband. But I also was motivated to do it, and so I didn't want to stop to go upstairs to find one. But I did it in my PJs. Feels really good to do it. I feel even better than I did before I started. So like whatever happened this morning, like it seems to be shaking loose. So that I'm really excited about that. But I'm so sweaty and gross now. That Grow with Joe is so fun. I've done a lot of her dance videos. So if you guys want to like try those out, I'm going to try to remember to put the channel in the description. I've never done that before, so I got to figure out how to do it. But this one is the full body beginner dumbbell workout. It's got 2.1 million views, and it's been out for 2 years. It is so fun. It is easy. It's easy for me to say that. I know, because I've been doing this, but like I was doing these types of videos when I first started, and I had zero balance. I had zero stamina. I was weak as anything. I just modified it to what I could use. I have the couch here in case I feel like I'm gonna fall. If I had to sit for some of them, I sat for some of them. Like I just did what I could to start out. Even now, there's some of the exercises I can't do. And I mean, that's with any kind of workout because I don't have great balance and I don't have great strength in my legs or specifically my upper body. But I'm building on it and I'm getting better and I can see the improvements. But I'm talking too much. So I'm gonna go get a shower really, really quickly and then go get Tucker. Okay, time to go. No dilly-dallying. Here's the outfit, overshirt. It's a t-shirt. I just threw my hair up in a very uneven braids because I just don't have time and I don't want to leave the house with it all over my face. I didn't have time for my skincare. Finally out of the neighborhood. They're doing like all kinds of road work the last couple weeks there. Like flattening pavement and like trimming trees and all kinds of stuff. But it is 64 degrees out right now. I do not know what happened. Hopefully the window is not too loud for you guys. Also, I wanted to say this and like ice, like if you have a blender and you want to like blend it up in ice, it's like a smoothie. It's so good. It was one of my favorite things to drink when I like was going to the gym all the time. I would have that when I came back. But it's 64 degrees out. I definitely want to go on a walk today. I feel like this has been a day where like I started out sick and I just pushed through it, and now I feel great. I feel like $1,000,000 right now, and I know it's because I pushed through and I got that workout done, and I just feel so much better because of it. I'm very proud of myself for doing that. And I definitely want to go for a walk because it's probably one of like, this is a rare day. It's been so cold and we're probably not going to get another day like this. I wouldn't be surprised if we got snow soon. So I definitely want to take advantage, and hopefully I can convince Carl. Tucker is not too hard of a sell because a lot of times he wants to walk with me. Of course, won't make him. He never has to go unless he wants to, but a lot of times he does like to go. As long as I'm not doing like a 6-mile walk, he doesn't like those. Obviously, what 11-year-old does. And Carl really is kind of up in the air. Sometimes he wants to go, but more often than not, he doesn't, but he works really long hours, so a lot of the time he just kind of wants to come home and chill out. But I catch him in a good mood every once in a while, and he wants to spend time with me and Tucker, so he'll go. So I'll ask him, and he probably will because it's such a nice day. Feeling the same way I am, that we're not going to get another day like this. So I'm looking forward to that. So definitely for a walk. The workout made me a little bit hungry, so I need a snack when I get back. So I'll see you guys after I pick up Tucker and get back to the house. Okay, just got home from picking up Tucker, and I made him some eggs because he didn't like what was for lunch today, so he's starving. And he likes scrambled eggs, so he asked for eggs. I'm gonna have my snack, which is the pumpkin pie light and fit for 2 points. And I did a chocolate fiber 1 bar today, so I'm gonna crush that up in the middle of it. But I also have these grapes. My husband picked these up from Trader Joe's the other day. It's just like a little cupful. They're the cotton candy hybrid ones or whatever. I had a banana today, so normally that's like I only have like fruit ones, but they have to get eaten, and they are so good. I know a lot of people don't feel the same way about fruit as I do. I'm just careful with the amount of fruit I eat because with my history, I do tend to overeat 0-point foods, which can hinder my diet. Like, you guys have seen my meals. It's a lot of 0-point foods. I eat a lot of vegetables. I eat a lot of cottage cheese and yogurt. Most of the protein that I choose to eat is always 0 points, so it's easy for me to accidentally overeat 0-point foods, and then the whole thing is pointless. So I am really careful about fruit. But like I said, I worked out today. I'm gonna go for a walk again. So a banana and some grapes is not gonna hurt me, and I do need to be careful that I don't look at fruit as evil or bad, because sometimes I can feel myself doing that, which is just not, fruit is good for you, so obviously I shouldn't look at it that way. And I know I sound like I'm justifying eating a bowl of grapes right now, but I am justifying to myself eating this bowl of grapes because there's a part of me that thinks I shouldn't be eating it, which is also a little bit ridiculous. So I'm gonna eat the grapes. I'm gonna eat this because I need the protein. And I only had 7 points for lunch, 2 points for the Premier Protein, half with the coffee, half on the way to get Tucker. This is 4 points for the yogurt and the Fiber 1 bar. That puts me at 13 points for the day. And I still got dinner and of course my ice cream at the end of the night. So feeling pretty good about today. Okay, I just have to say, I have had the pumpkin and the cinnamon Fiber 1 bar like all the time. I think this is the first time I've had it with the chocolate, and it is just next level. It is so good. But also, I wanted to say, I was just reading comments on my last video. I think it was the last video. I'm still working out how to use the YouTube creator thing, but there's a comment. I think Midwest Budgeting. Hold on, let me double check. The handle name is Midwest Budgeting. They commented that they do the cinnamon cake, or the cinnamon, love you too, baby, Fiber 1 bar with the caramel apple light and fit yogurt. I've had that before, also one of my favorites. But then they said they did the marshmallow light and fit yogurt with the confetti cake Fiber 1. I have not had the marshmallow yogurt, and I have not had the confetti cake Fiber 1. And so now I'm very intrigued and excited because that sounds so good. I'm not gonna buy it yet because I've got a buttload of pumpkin pie yogurts in my refrigerator. I basically bought out the store when they showed up. And I have a whole box of chocolate and a whole box of the cinnamon Fiber 1. But next time I do stock up, I'm going to try to remember to try the marshmallow yogurt and the confetti cake Fiber 1, because that sounds really good. So thank you for the suggestion. So that was a great snack. I feel great. I feel just great overall today. I just feel like I think I'm just especially happy because I just started out so crappy. And now I feel just a million times better. So wait for the husband to get home and we'll either do dinner first and then a walk. But if I'm thinking the walk first and then dinner because it will get dark soon. But if he isn't home anytime soon, I think me and my son are going to go for a walk. And I will show you guys a little bit of that when we head out. Look at Miss Little Doodles. What you doing? Oh, the boy's jealous. What you doing? Here's some Miss Doodles. You wait for Daddy to get home? You wait for Daddy to get home, huh? You miss a Daddy. Yeah. Now you want some cuddles? It's like, yeah, Mom, you woke me up.
It's not even the 10th day of November, and it's already frozen. That is how you know when it's gonna be so cold.
You think so?
Yeah.
Tea time. Tea time.
I'm gonna try to skip this. Oh! Did you see that?
Nice. What was that, 3 times?
Yeah. Did you get it on camera?
I think so.
I need flat rocks. This one.
Woo! 2 times.
Oh!
I didn't record a lick of that. I've been terrible with the recording today. We went for our walk. It was really nice. It got dark very fast. So we walked a little over a mile. And it was just so pretty with leaves and the wind. And I just loved it. Me and my son brought tea with us. It was black tea with lemonade Mio squirted in there. So good. And I had a lollipop that he gave me. Sorry, I forgot what I was saying. He came in to talk to me. I had a Dum Dum Pop. It's 1 point. So my son gave me that, and I love lollipops, so I was not turning it down. This is what I'm going to have for a snack. This is the Dulce de Leche sugar-free Jell-O pudding. This is so good. It is like one of my favorite things. It is 2 points for the container. It is definitely a treat. I don't get protein or anything out of it. Really, it's just a treat. So I'm going to have that until dinner's ready. I got my sweet potato cooking. I got to do the French fries for their poutine and the gravy. And I got to make my roll. I'll put that in the air fryer soon. I'm not going to go through the whole dinner mess tonight, but I will show you my dinner afterwards. I'm just going to have pork. It is, I believe, 5 points for either 3 or 4 ounces. I'll put on the screen exactly what it is. The pork ribs. And then a sweet potato for 2 points. A roll for 3 points. And then I'm going to have some broccoli or cauliflower or I'm not quite sure. I'm thinking maybe some cauliflower rice would be good with the pork. I might have gravy. I don't know the points on the gravy yet, but if I have some cauliflower rice with the pork and then some gravy, it might put me at like 10, 11, 12 points for dinner, which is more than I would normally go for. You guys like see my meals. I go for like really low point meals most of the time. But I'm wanting something hearty and I'm wanting comfort food today and I'm feeling good with everything I've accomplished. And I also want to participate in the meat that I made in the crock pot all day. So I don't typically have protein that's like outside of like my ground turkey, chicken breast, tuna, salmon, like that's the kind of stuff I stick to. But every once in a while I'll have pork, you know, every once in a while I'll have a steak. So I'm going to have the pork tonight and see where that gets me for the rest of the night. So I'll show you guys dinner when it's done. The gravy mix I'm using, I scanned it in the app and it's been added in by a bunch of different people for either 0 points or 1 point for one serving. So I'm going to go ahead and have one serving. It's going to be kind of hard to figure that out. It says 1 tablespoon of mix, and I'm going to make the whole packet. So I might have 2 tablespoons of the whole thing and call that a point. I mean, I'm just kind of guesstimating here, but it's not enough to worry me. So dinner was really, really good. I ended up putting the pork and gravy over top of the cauliflower rice, which is just, yeah, that was great. I can imagine having that with chicken breast instead. That actually sounds so good. So that's probably what I'll do in the future. Just like the brown gravy with cauliflower rice and chicken. The roll would have been perfect, but when I did cut into it, it was still a little too moist, like a little too doughy on the inside. So I ended up putting it back in the air fryer to let it cook longer, and it just got too crispy on top. So I'm gonna try to cook it longer, slower. I don't know, I think that's gonna be trial and error. I also think maybe it was too thick. Maybe if I had flattened it a little bit so it would have been easier to cook through. Or maybe I should explore adding another ingredient like baking powder or something. I don't know. I'm not like a baker, so I have to do some research. But it could be really good. Like the cheese in it was good. And then my sweet potato, I just spritzed on some of the, I can't believe it's not butter spray for 0 points. That was dinner. I ate every bite of it. I was hungry. I am so full, but I'm not like stuffed. I'm like comfortably full. And then I had my LaCroix with dinner with a little bit of Mio in it. My husband is snoring on the couch, so we're gonna go watch some TV. And then I may or may not have ice cream later. Actually not really craving it right now, so could be a no, but I'll let you know if I do. Otherwise, that's gonna be it for this video. I think I used 29 points, something like that. I'll put on the screen exactly how many points I used before or not at all with ice cream. And then if I have ice cream, I'll let you know at the end of this video. But it was an exciting day, a lot of back and forth. I seem to have overcome some strange cold I thought I was gonna get. Hopefully tomorrow I don't wake up worse for wear. Tonight I feel really good. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. I am ready for bed now. I actually did not have the ice cream. And I just wanted to come on here and ask a question. Having only like 3 or 4 points left for the day gives me anxiety. I could have the ice cream. I have points for like a quarter of a cup of ice cream or something. Probably even like 2/3 of a cup, depending on what brand I use. But I feel uncomfortable maxing out my points. And I know by experience that if I have gone to a Weight Watchers meeting, they want you to use your points. They teach you to use them. That's what they're there for. But I do struggle with this, and I feel like I've always struggled with this. And I even had someone comment on one of my videos about how I'm eating too little points, even though I eat so many 0 point foods like the cottage cheese and the Greek yogurt, and like, I never quite thought of it that way, but it is something I'm giving thought to now. I don't want to overeat 0 point foods. Even if I'm just doing it with my meals, I want to be conscious of that. And so now I don't know, like, I don't know how I feel about eating all of my points. Today, I ate quite a bit. And honestly, like, it was an effort to not panic. Come dinner time, and dinner was going to be so high in points. Honestly, like, I was excited about it. Cooking and then eating, obviously, it was great. But then afterwards, when I just checked everything to make sure I logged it all right and saw I only had a couple points left, like, that gave me so much anxiety. And I don't know why. Like, it's not like I'm going to go out and binge eat or like go downstairs and have like a bunch of snacks tonight or something like that. But yeah, I just have a question for everybody else that is on Weight Watchers, or even if you're eating in a calorie deficit, if you're on something or if you're tracking in some way, and like say you're in a calorie deficit and you get to like just where your calories are, I don't feel like I had the same problem then. Like my goal was to eat 1,800 calories or 16 or wherever I was at the time. My goal was to eat that many calories. And I did. I hit that number. But for on Weight Watchers, for some reason, I feel uncomfortable using all of the points. I don't know where that mentality comes from. So just curious if anyone else is experiencing that. It is something I'm consciously trying to work on. Because you have to eat. You have to eat to lose weight. Your body needs fuel. It will shut down on you. It will stall out. I've had it happen to me before. I am frustrated that I just gained a pound this week, even though I know logically it's water weight. And I could get on the scale tomorrow morning and it'll probably be gone. But yeah, I'm just frustrated a little bit with myself for getting upset about only having a few points left when I could have had the ice cream and been fine. By the way, it's the Carb Smart, which is what I was going to go for, the mint cookie one. Oh my goodness, it's so good. I shouldn't talk about this now. It's now too late for me to eat because I'll get a tummy ache. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.